So according to Gary Jonas, the co-promoter of Drawmont Roach, and founder of ProBox TV, Drawmont Roach is now pushing for a Tank Davis rematch. And he broke his right hand. And he's pushing for a Pitbull Cruz rematch. And he's had 2 draws in hostile territory. And he wants those rematches, but Drawmont Roach deserves to have those rematches in his hometown of Washington, D.C., according to Gary Jonas. Let's talk about all of that in this video. Smash a like, sub to the channel, share the video. I'm live Monday, Wednesday, and Thursday night at 7:30. Also live Sunday mornings with the Singing OG KQKC Boxing Network. Sunday mornings, 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. Join the channel as a member. Drop super chats and super thanks when you come by the live streams and videos that we do. And if you want to debate, the email address is knockoutboxing86@yahoo.com. Also, please hype up the video. YouTube got that new feature where you can scroll over, hit that hype button. It helps us in the algorithm. It makes our channel more recommended, and it allows people to see us on their homepage if they typically watch this type of content, the more hypes that we get. So please do your boy a favor and hype up the video. Let's get it cracking though. So the first thing I thought about, y'all, when I saw this story, when I read this article, shout out to my homie L Dub who sent it to me. First thing I heard, or that I thought of, was I thought Drawmont, I thought he was past Gervonta Davis. I thought he didn't want anything to do with Gervonta Davis. He said he wasn't even thinking about it. That the rematch was off of the table and all this stuff, and like all of this stuff, right? But now, as I told y'all, Drawmont Roach will always be there. He will always be there. If Tank wants to fight him right now, if he wants to fight him in the future, if he wants to fight him in 2 fights, 3 fights, he will not be going anywhere. His name will never get to the point where he's like, yeah, I'm past the Tank Davis fight. No, Tank Davis will always be his biggest fight. Just like he's everybody else's biggest fight around his orbit, bro. And Gary Jonas just proved that. The second thing I thought of when I heard this or read this article was Drawmont Roach got to be one of the most delusional people that I've heard of. You think you gonna tell Pitbull or Tank where to fight, bro? Without them, you'll be back on Gary Jonas's platform of ProBox TV. Or if Turkey throw you a bag, you'll be on somebody's undercard in Saudi Arabia, bro. You ain't got no fans like that, fam. People ain't really rocking with you like that. Where was all the people that's supposed to be Drawmont Roach fans? Where was they at in San Antonio, Texas, bro? Why didn't nobody pull up? San Antonio got the Riverwalk. They got a good little food scene down there. Why y'all ain't pull up for your boy, man? Drawmont will not be dictating to Pitbull or to Tank. You know why? Because neither one of them need him. They can have a bigger fight, a more lucrative fight with each other. And Drawmont can go on the undercard, bro, if they wanted to do that. The audacity and the delusion of somebody to try to tell people who sell tickets without them, who are the reason that they have any big fights at all, that they got to come to their hometown to fight them. Now, Tank versus Drawmont in D.C., that go crazy. I'd rather than put it in the Baltimore Ravens football stadium. I think between the D.C. people, I think between the Baltimore people, that would be like a movie. They could easily put whatever that capacity is for a boxing event, bro. They could easily do that. But what Drawmont and his fans have to understand is this, bro. You ain't dictating nothing to Pitbull. You ain't dictating nothing. Dang show ain't dictating nothing to Tank Davis, bro. They hold all the cards. you going into situations, getting draws with people that are bigger stars than you, that are under the same promotional banner, that fight on the same network, that they have fought each other before themselves. There's a demand for their rematch also by Pitbull fans, and Pitbull fans only. You know, we want the Drawmont, Lawmont rematch over here more than anything. Straight up, Tank outbox Pitbull with one hand. So from a competitive standpoint, I'm not really interested in that fight, although I do understand the economics of boxing. I know that's a much bigger fight. It touches a much bigger fan base if those two were to fight each other. So there was that, right? The delusion of trying to demand, and maybe that's what Drawmont was talking about when he said there gonna have to be certain stipulations, certain guarantees, certain this. If I'm going, boy, you gonna take whatever the heck they give you, bro. Stop playing. Stop acting like you got a leg to stand on, bro. You listening to too many stupid YouTubers, man. You listening to too many dumb fans that's making you think you bigger than what you are, bro. Better read the room, fam. You better read the room. PBC won't Tank versus Pitbull, dog. That's a fact, Jack. They think it's a bigger fight. The economics, the demographics think it's a bigger fight. If you just do the economics of boxing. You got two dudes that represent America. They come from the black community. They could rematch each other. And they pulling from their fan base. Or you got a dude that come from the black community that's bringing their fan base versus a dude that come from Mexico that's bringing the entire country of Mexico with him. Which fight you think is bigger, bro? Let's not be stupid, right? The last thing, but certainly not least, is, which leads me back to the Drawmont Roach rematch. Y'all really won't Tank to fight a fighter coming off of an injury, bro? According to Jonas, he broke his right hand. I can see the setup already. Break his right hand, you know, get in there, lose his fight against Tank, and I can already hear the post-fight press conference. Man, I put up a good fight. I felt like I won, but I did leave something on the table. My hand wasn't 100%. I want a third rematch. I want a third rematch so I can try to see what I can do with my hand 100%. I can see the videos now. I can see the live streams now, bro. They announced Tank Davis versus Drawmont Roach tomorrow. Man, the only reason Tank fighting him is because he know his hand broken. He know he only got one good hand. What was he trying to fight him when he had two hands? Why wasn't he trying to fight him when he had two hands? I already know everything that's gonna be said before y'all say it, because a lot of y'all stupid, man. A lot of y'all don't think logically. You think so surface level, bro. But it's very funny how somebody who acted like they was the guy, acted like they didn't need this, they didn't need that. Now you right back in the same position, trying to pursue both of these dudes, Pitbull and Tank, for a rematch. Well, I wouldn't mind either one of them fights for Drawmont Roach. But he not finna tell. They might put it, him and Pitbull either gonna fight in Texas or they gonna fight somewhere on the West Coast with a large Mexican population, bro. If they rematch. Him and Tank, boy, they all ain't going to DC. They gonna probably put that fight in Vegas, bro. You're not gonna, and even if they might be thinking about doing that rematch in DC or whatever, they may not give it to you just because you the one demanding it, bro. Just to show you your place. Anyway, y'all let me know what y'all think of this development. Drawmont, Lawmont, now, according to Jonas, his promoter, those are the fights he wants, to rematch with either one of those guys. And he got a broken right hand, according to the x-ray. But he wants those rematches, and he wants Pitbull and Tank to have to come to him. Delusion at its finest, man. Smash the like, sub to the channel. I'll see y'all soon. Peace.